Hello everyone, welcome to my channel AWS Solutions Hub. Today we are going to see what is Amazon EC2 in AWS Cloud. I'm going to explain you in very layman terms so every beginner to AWS Cloud can understand what is EC2 and what is concept behind EC2. So I will explain you the different types of EC2. In my previous videos, I have shown you how to create an EC2 instance, but as part of this lecture, I will again show you the practically how to create an EC2 instance. First, I will explain you in a layman term what is EC2, how do we access it over the cloud. Then I'll explain you the different types of EC2 in AWS, and I'll show you the practical presentation of it. Okay, so let's understand what is EC2.
Suppose you want to host your application onto a server, okay, but you don't know how do I do that. So what do? You go to a computer shop and you buy a computer of your desired configuration, and you convert this computer into a server. Okay, so let me get the right font. You convert this into a server. Okay, you will configure RAM, you will configure storage, you will install required software packages, okay, licensing. You take everything, you take this overhead on you because you are managing the server on your own. Over the period, you realize maintaining uh, this server is not cost effective. Okay, uh, so let's suppose now there is a company called AWS who says, okay, you don't worry, I will help you with that. You just need to do, you just need to shift your server or our site. You give us your server to us, okay, and this complete headache we will take on us. You just focus on the application development. So all your headache is on AWS, but AWS will charge you a minimal charge based on its basically how many hours days you use your server. That many for that many hours or days AWS will charge you. So it's called pay as you go. So the more you use your server, the more AWS will charge you. Okay, the question is, how do I access my server? Okay, then AWS says, okay, we have a solution too. What we will do, we will give access to your server over the internet. Okay, so your problem is solved. Okay, you have a running server. Your headache about the cost or maintaining of the server, uh, you are paying very minimal charge for that. You don't have to worry about RAM, storage, installing the packages, licensing. Everything is on AWS. Also, you can do the dynamic changes. Suppose initially you had 2 GB of RAM, now you decide to have a 6 GB of RAM. Okay, you just go over the internet, configure your server for 6 GB, and yes, on the go your server will be configured for 6 GB. So as per your application need, okay, you can do the dynamic configuration changes over the cloud. So the server that you have shifted on AWS, or in general if I say cloud, this is called EC2. This is a concept of EC2 in AWS. Okay, similar concept we have in Azure, which is called VM. Okay, or if you go to GCP, there you call the compute engine. Okay, so that's how I mean, that is the concept of EC2. It's nothing but uh, converting your physical server into a virtual server. So, and that's the concept of cloud itself. You get to access your services over the internet, and I mean, the physical touch of the server is one. Eventually, the servers are also hosted somewhere physically, but AWS is managing all those servers, okay, all those racks. So you don't need to worry about that. Only thing you need to focus is on the application development. Okay, that is the concept of EC2. Now I will explain you what are the different types of EC2 we have in AWS.
Now we will see different types of EC2 instances. There are 5 to 6 different categories AWS has provided so that most of the use cases can fit into one of these categories. I have tried to relate each and every category with a car model, just to relate every car has its own purpose and every EC2 category also has its own purpose. Okay, so let's go through this. First is general purpose. As the name suggests, if you have a uh, general generic case where you want to develop a website or you want to develop an app server, web server, you want to create some dev test environments, maybe you can go for the general purpose. Just like a sedan car, it's a family oriented car. It fits for most of the families with all the requirements. Also it comes with performance, cost and efficiency, same like also our EC2 general purpose instance types solve most of our problems. Next is compute optimized, just like Ferrari car, speed and power. So if you have a use case which requires high performance computing or gaming servers, then you can go for compute optimized. Then memory optimized. I have tried to relate it to a school bus who um, carries our a lot of students to school. Similar to that, if you have a use case where you need to work upon a lot of data, like databases, real-time analytics, SAP, so a lot of data at once, then you can go for the memory optimized. Next is storage optimized. I've tried to relate it to a truck who carries big large items. So if you have massive data storage, a huge amount of data, uh, like a use case for data warehouse or high IOPS storage, then you can go for storage optimized EC2 instances. And last one is accelerated computing. So if you have a heavy GPU workload or AI related use cases, then you can go for accelerated computing instance type. Okay. Let's quickly jump to AWS console and see how we can select a different instance type as per our need. Okay. So this is EC2 landing page. Let's click on launch instance. Okay. So if you see, here is a section where you can select the instance type. Uh, there is no clear distinguishing between, for example, if you want to if you have a use case which is high performance or high computing workload is there, so here you don't see which instance type belongs to high compute optimized use cases, okay, or memory optimized use cases. So how you make a decision which instance type is right for you. Okay, there are two ways. Okay, one is here you can see a option called get advice. Okay, so you can select here get advice. Okay, the AWS has given us many options to choose from and select the right instance type. So if I go with the existing one, for example, let's change the use case to gaming. Okay, uh, and let's say get instance type. You can see with the selected parameters you can select any one of these instance type. If you want to read more about this instance type, either they have given here additional information, or there is AWS official documentation where they have given detailed explanation, their features, what are the different configurations, their network bandwidth, EBS bandwidth. So based to your use case you can choose from. Okay, uh, it's little bit you need to do some homework before you select an EC2 instance, so that it fits to your use case. Okay, so that's it from this video. I just wanted to give you brief overview on EC2 instance. There is lot to learn within EC2, load balancer, auto scaling, uh, but if you can let me know through comments, what do you want to see next on EC2 instances, maybe I'll cover that in my next video. Okay, so that's it from this video. Thank you guys, thanks for watching my videos. Bye.